Hello and welcome to Kelly's Wordy Reactions. All right, so I was just what was I doing? I guess I was looking at my phone and I happened up on a video and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I got to review this video." So on my channel, yeah, I don't know all of what she's gonna say. I heard the first part of it, but I was like, what? And so, yeah, by the title, you should know what I'm talking about, at least a little bit. So, anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna go ahead and get into the content. Um, because I'm not going to be able to be up here for very long, but I just have to see this video. And I figured that you all might just want to see it too. Okay, so let me go ahead and bring this to the stage here. Okay, so as you can see, the title, got a full screen. All right, so the title of my video is Her Night at Diddy's Freak Off, Tanea on Soft White Underbelly. So this is a video that we're going to review from Soft White Underbelly. Hey, if you're just coming in. Hey, Texas Toy, how you doing? Thank you for coming by. I appreciate that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get right into this video and see what she is going to be talking about. Oh my gosh, I was so excited when I saw this. I was like, ooh, let me go hop on. Let me hop on right now. And because you know how YouTube is, you never know who all is going to find what video. So let's see what they're talking about. Ooh, it might help if I go to the right screen. Okay, here we go.
It was December of 22.
Oh, yeah, about to be 23.
December of 22, you were here. You did our first interview. You were just some girl that I met through a friend.
Right.
And you were doing this interview, and you mentioned something about...
I accidentally mentioned it, too. Like, it slipped out.
About P. Diddy.
About P. Diddy.
You went to one of his parties.
Yeah. Crazy party.
And he's in the news now because of all the scandal.
And they didn't believe me. But when it started coming out, people were, like, mentioning me, like, you were telling the truth about it. And I'm like, duh, I'm not going to lie about something like that. And I kind of, like, tried to briefly talk about it because I knew it wasn't going to seem true because it was just too much. It was too
crazy.
It was too crazy. People were going to think that I was just lying. It had like a lot of people involved, celebrities and stuff. So I was trying to be real vague about it. But that party traumatized me.
How did you get invited to it?
By being with a prince that I met in LA. He lived in Glendale, California. And, you know, long story short, I got out of this crazy little contract and I was looking for somebody to invest in me. And I knew somebody who knew somebody that was like, I want to introduce you to a prince. He know a lot of celebrities, producers and stuff. So I never put two and two together that this prince knew P. Diddy as the producer. When you say
a prince of what?
He was a Arabian prince.
Really?
Yes. Wow. And he really was a prince for real. But I wasn't worried about him being a prince. I was worried about who he actually knew. So when he invited me.
I'm not going to stop this video very much, y'all. You know, you have to stop like a little bit here and there. So for the purpose of the way, you know, YouTube works and everything. But hey, hi, Zen Soul. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, good. Thank you. yeah, I was saying I'm not gonna stop much, but I just wanted to stop right here. Okay, did y'all hear her say that she was with a prince? And I mean, I don't know. I guess if you're trying to sing or you're trying to, do whatever it is that you're trying to do, but I feel like when you met the prince, and he's a she's gonna say it in a minute, he's a Saudi Arabian prince, because I heard like the first beginning of this. Why are you then still looking? Like if you already met the prince, can't he, I don't know, like can he get you to where you need to go without, I don't know. I'm a little iffy on that, because she did say that she's trying to do something in music, but it just seems like if you already met him and y'all are going along good, why wouldn't you just kind of take that and I don't know, like invest in yourself, or kind of like do your own thing without having to go to some other person to get you where, it just seems like whatever he had, he could get her where she needed to go. But anyway, that's just my thoughts. Let's listen.
And me to he met me. He said, I want to invite you tomorrow to Music Ultra Week, whatever. And it's like an event, Ultra Music Week. It's like an event for like 2 weeks where people party, 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 including P. Diddy. And they party at Club Live. They party at like just in South Beach, Star Island, like where P. Diddy stays or throw his freak offs at. And I never knew that we were going to go there because I was there for 2 weeks and I knew it was something fishy. He kept saying, I got a surprise for you. I got a surprise for you. I'm like, but I'm only supposed to stay for 2 weeks and I'm here longer than than 2 weeks. And it was almost a month. It was basically a month by then. And he was like, no, because I just want you to meet one special person. So he ended up telling me, like, when we went to Club Live, he was like, guess where we're going tonight? I'm like, where? He's like, to P. Diddy's house. I'm like, oh, really? I'm like, that's crazy because I hear a lot about P. Diddy and I'm like, his house for what? Like to go sing? He's like, no, he's throwing this wild party. Da da da. I'm like, oh, okay. So we went from Club Live. It ended at like, the clubs end at like 3 or 4 and not 2, like how out here is. So we waited around the mansion, the Prince's mansion, for about an hour. And then soon as 6:30 hit, we went. We all got in the car, like a big Uber, and me and all the other girls. Now, mind you, I'm the only black girl. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm about to meet P. Diddy. Oh, like I'm probably going to have to sing for him.
Oh my gosh, she's got the video. I definitely didn't see this. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, let's keep going. Oh my gosh.
Da, da, da. And I just tried to like keep my composure. So we get there and that's when stuff got weird. And that's why they lock up our phones because they know what we see in there, it's he can get in trouble like right now. So basically, we arrived, security guard patted us down. They put our phone in this little bubble case. So the bubble case is closed. They can't get unlocked until we walk out. So as we're in there, the only way of us taking any type of pictures is if we get in the photo booth. He has like a Team Love photo booth or whatever. Take like 4 pictures. So I, got pictures. I still got everything in my Snap too, like of the photos, everything. That's all you could get. So I'm walking around or whatever. So one of his sons, I'm not going to tell you which one, but it was like recruiting like whoever they wanted to go inside the house. Cause the freak off is inside the house and in the backyard. So you have the pool and they're playing loud house music. Like Mark, the house music, it makes you feel kind of woozy, first of all, because it's like a rave or something. Dun, 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 and it's real loud. So you can't really see nothing, but you're seeing everybody like walking around drunk, hopping around. It's still 7 a.m. So the sun is like coming up and people are walking around naked, period. Let's get into it. They're walking around naked already. and they're in the pool skinny dipping. And they're drinking mimosas in the pool, but then it's like a waitress walking around giving people drinks, just passing people drinks, and people are just taking them. Me, I don't drink like that, but I'm like an occasional drinker. Like I'll drink if we're partying or whatever, just for that occasion. So, because people are going to keep saying drink, drink, drink. But I didn't take a drink yet. But I just have.
Okay, so wait a minute. So she said, okay, I'm remembering now. So she said the club closed at like 3 or 4, and then I missed somehow where it skipped to 7 a.m. When she said it was 7 a.m., that threw me off. Let me go back just a little bit so I can try to connect these dots. Okay, so she was, because when they were in the car, it was when she showed that picture of her in the car on the way, it was light outside. Okay, there's a little picture she said that they took. Okay, let's go back to about right here and see what she said.
Security guard patted us down. They put our phone in this little bubble case. So the bubble case is closed. They can't get unlocked until we walk out. So as we're in there,
a little bit more because, okay, she's on the way. They in the car. Okay, here we go.
Waited around the mansion, the Prince's mansion, for about an hour. And then as soon as 6:30 hit, we went. We all got in the car, like a big Uber. And me and all the other girls. Now, mind you, I'm the only black girl. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm about to meet P. Diddy. Oh, like, I'm probably going to have to sing for him. Da, da, da. And I just tried to, like, keep my composure. So we get there, and that's when stuff got weird. And that's why they lock up our phones, because they know what we see in there, it's he can get in trouble, like right now. So basically, we arrived, security guard patted us down. They put our phone in this little bubble case. So the bubble case is closed. They can't get unlocked until we walk out. So as we're in there, the only way of us taking any type of pictures is if we get in the photo booth. He has like a Team Love photo booth or whatever. Take like 4 pictures. So I, got pictures. I still got everything in my Snap too, like of the photos, everything. That's all you could get. So I'm walking around or whatever. So one of his sons, I'm not going to tell you which one, but it was like recruiting like whoever they wanted to go inside the house. Cause the freak off is inside the house and in the backyard. So you have the pool, and they're playing loud house music. Like, Mark, the house music, it makes you feel kind of woozy, first of all, because it's like a rave or something. Dun, 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 and it's real loud. So you can't really see nothing, but you're seeing everybody like walking around, drunk, hopping around. It's still 7 a.m. So the sun is like coming up, and people are walking around naked, period. Let's get into it. They're walking around naked already, and they're in the pool skinny dipping. And they're drinking mimosas in the pool, but then it's like a waitress walking around giving people drinks, just passing people drinks, and people are just taking them. Me, I don't drink like that, but I'm like an occasional drinker. Like I'll drink if we're partying or whatever, just for that occasion. So, because people are going to keep saying drink, drink, drink. But I didn't take a drink yet. But I just had it in my hand. So one of the sons seen me walking. Mind you, I'm with other girls, but we split up. So I was walking with one girl. She's a Puerto Rican girl. So P. Diddy's son was like, you. And I'm like, me or her? And then he was like, no, you. Come here. So I went to him, and he gave me some shoes. So these shoes was like some terry cloth, like robe shoes, white shoes. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with these? He was like, go in the house with these. He was like, everybody who gets these shoes, you get to go in the house. But I'm thinking you could just go in the house if you want to, but everybody can't go in the house. They're literally selectively picking who they want. So I'm like, well, what about my friend? He was like, no, only you. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm holding the shoes. I'm walking around. I'm a good loyal friend. I'm not going to go inside a house where they say my friend can't go. So we just walking around mingling. But we tripping out, looking at everybody like they off, everything smoking and jumping around like hooligans. And so I seen P. Diddy or whatever, and I seen him with the Prince. I'm not going to say what he was doing, but something really, I get real nervous. something real crazy because I don't like to really expose people. I could talk about me, but when it's about like me, my family, because it's us. But when it's other people, bro, doing something real sexual, that's all I'm going to say. So that we could see and so that we can.
Ooh, so let's don't glaze over that. Oh my gosh. So she says that I guess she finally went in, or it's kind of odd because it sounds like they all arrived there together. Okay. This is a lot to process. Okay, they all arrived there together, and then I guess she was off taking pictures, not going all the way in the house. And so then I guess by the time she went all the way in the house, she got her little house shoes and everything so she can come in along with the other young ladies. Then her guy that she's with, the prince of wherever he's the prince of, he's already in there. She says with Diddy, they're doing some, act together in front of everybody. Okay. All right, carry on.
Can get turned on, okay? So he's doing something with himself. And I'm like, girl, do you see him? She's like, yes, but mind you, we're exposed people. I could talk about me, but when it's about like me, my family, because it's us. But when it's other people, bro, doing something real sexual, that's all I'm going to say. So that we could see and so that we can get turned on, okay? So he's doing something with himself. And I'm like, girl, do you see him? She's like, yes, but mind you, we're screaming like, girl, do you see him? Oh my God, because of the music. And I'm just like, whatever. Then he starts to act like really obnoxious, like, I'm the king of the world, jumping around, doing all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, that's regular P. Diddy shit. But what got me was how he walked up to me and was like, why are you not in the house? And I'm like, what do you mean? He like, how are you enjoying my house? So we had a little talk or whatever. He started talking about all these things. Oh yeah, you're the one that, I seen was telling me about the prince. He's like, oh yeah, it's very nice to meet you. Like your life is not going to be the same. Da 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 da. We started talking about going to Cuba. Are you going to Cuba with us? I'm like, what? And that's the thing. I didn't really know about this. So this is when I start asking around or whatever. I said that in the last interview. But to get to the point, I ended up going in the house because he was on me like, go in that house. I'm like, okay. And then the person that he was dating at that time, we're not going to say her name, but we all know, she came and was like looking at him like, what are you doing? Because he was talking to me for too long. So she came to like rub on his shoulders or whatever. And he just pushed her. And I'm looking like real uncomfortable, like, oh, I know what this is about. I don't want to be in the middle of there, whatever.
So do we think that's Young Miami? I'm not sure what year she's saying this was, but it could not have been like too long ago. And I want to say, let's see here. How long has Young Miami? What's her other name? Oh, this is crazy. Miami and Diddy have been romantically linked. No. Diddy has long been the subject. Okay, I don't see anything that's telling me right off the top, right off the bat, how long they've been. Carisha, thank you, Texas Toy. Let me see if I can put in how many years has Carisha been with Diddy? Okay. You know what's wrong? I'm not on If you're not on Google, these other search engines just aren't Google. They give you all kind of stuff you didn't ask for. Maybe. Sorry, y'all. I just really want to see how long they've been together. Diddy and Carisha been together. And Google don't tell me. Okay, Miami and Diddy, the couple confirmed. (2021). Okay. I'm gonna put my money on this was Carisha she's talking about. Hey Danielle. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, I'm gonna get back to it. She just said that Diddy's girlfriend came, she saw him talking to her for a while. She came and interrupted them talking because I guess he had been talking to her for too long. This is strange because I thought she was already in the house. Maybe she said she went out. She's giving a lot of details kind of at a rapid little clip here. So, but I thought she said she was already in the house. Maybe she saw all that and left back out, and then he came out to get her or to another part of, area that was kind of like a patio or something, because he's coming to get her to bring her into the house. I don't know. She said that she's not really drinking anything. She's being offered stuff, but she's turning it down, and she's just kind of taking it all in. Okay, so let's get back to her.
So that's what made me go into the house, because I'm like, okay, let me just go in the house. So I told my friend, like, wait right here, girl. Let me just put on these shoes, see what this house is about. Walk up in there. I don't judge people because at the time I was just smoking weed. But when people are out of their mind, and when people, what you don't want to be a part of. And it's just like, I'm seeing stuff that you see on the movies. This corner, this got going on. This corner, they over here doing this. This corner, they over there having sex. This corner, I'm just going to say, because I don't know what I can say, because I'm not trying to be incriminating myself, but they were dressed up like little Harajuku Barbies.
Like what?
Little people, okay? We're not going to say what type of little people, but like a fetish. And I'm looking like, what are they doing here? Like dressed up, little red lipstick, like they weren't supposed to be there. But
y'all catch that? It's like she's saying it, trying not to say it, but she's literally saying that, yes, not just as children, she's saying that they are children, because she's saying they shouldn't be there. And yeah, let's roll it back and see how she's putting it. But I'm taking it that she's saying that they're dressed up like them, but then she's also saying they shouldn't be there. If they're adults, like, it's so much going on. Who cares? Who cares what adults are dressed up as? But if they are too young, and that, I feel like that's why she's saying they shouldn't be there. So and they have on lipstick and all this type of stuff. So let's just mosey it back. This is not a very long video, so we could take a few minutes with it. Okay. That should be good enough.
I don't judge people because at the time I was just smoking weed. But when people are out of their mind, and when people, what you don't want to be a part of. And it's just like, I'm seeing stuff that you see on the movies. This corner, this got going on. This corner, they over here doing this. This corner, they over there having sex. This corner, I'm just going to say, because I don't know what I can say, because I'm not trying to be incriminating myself, but they were dressed up like little Harajuku Barbies.
Ooh!
Like what?
Little people, okay? We're not going to say what type of little people, but like a fetish. And I'm looking like, what are they doing here? Like
Oh my gosh. She said, I'm not trying to incriminate myself because I would think that you would only feel like you're incriminating yourself if you see something like that and you don't, as fast as you can. She already said they took her phone, but as fast as you can, get out of there and tell the police you are, like you're, I mean, I guess if you're sort of like kidnapped into the situation yourself, but yeah, I feel like you need to get to report that as a crime, like as soon as possible. She, of course, she couldn't have done it right then, but um, we know that you have a duty to report something like that as soon as you can. Okay, here we go.
Dressed up, little red lipstick, like they weren't supposed to be there. But I'm just looking like maybe it's some type of production going on. But why would they be at this party at 7 o'clock in the morning with grown people? Like why would they be here? So I was just like, okay, whatever. Like but then when I'm looking in this corner, this person laid out and I'm looking like, what's going on? Then I'm seeing like Instagram models or whatever. I'm like, oh hey. So I'm kind of getting distracted, feeling like kind of comfortable. Like she's here. Oh my gosh, she's here. And then I see P. Diddy, walking through the house like with his eyes on me. Like, like is this, you see, like, are you agreeing with this?
You
And
can
I
tell
don't.
she's
Now,
not
mind you, I
out
still
of
got
it.
my friend out there. So I walked out of the house and I'm telling her, like, oh my God, bitch. Like, this is, oh my God, she like for real? But I'm just like, I'm not even tripping. Like, oh, well, like, this nigga's weird. Like, so I'm really looking at the situation like, I don't even want to be involved in this type of stuff because once I see something, I can't get it out of my mind. And I'm like a hypochondriac. Like, I keep on having flashbacks about it. So, whatever. So, of course, I come out. And then here he goes again. And another rapper, well-known rapper, comes and starts feeling on me like, hey, you. So now it just seems like everybody is faded at this point. They're either drunk or on all the drugs, obviously, with this house music. So now I just feel like trapped in. Like, I don't like it. And I know the devil when I see it. Because by me being so spiritual and tapped in, I know when something is not right. I'm not judging, but I just don't want to be a part of it because how am I going to get out of this shit? Like, I'm already here. And then I heard conversations or whatever. And then P. Diddy was like, that's the one that I want. I want her. So now I feel like, they plotting on me. Like, did you bring me here on purpose? Like, is this the, producer you was talking about? And I came here specifically with the Prince to rub elbows with people, to network for the music week. But then I put two and two together like, the Prince have been saying your life is never going to be the same. You're going to be happy. Somebody's expecting you. And I just feel like that was the time that I was going to get sex trafficked or, drugged or something like that. And then they kept trying to make me like, I've been around celebrities before. If a rapper wants you or somebody wants you, they're not going to do it. They're going to send somebody else to do it. So if a waitress is coming or another girl or a pretty girl or a guy, they'll sick somebody on you. Like, take this drink, do this, do that. And then you just feel eyes on you, like watching to see if you're going to do it, when you're going to do it. So I already know what time it was. And it's crazy because I had to leave that place. In my last interview, I told you I had to escape. I had to leave from the Prince because he was telling me we was leaving for Cuba the next day. Cuba with who? With P. Diddy or what? Like, this is all crazy. So to see all of this stuff come out, and I escaped by leaving. I had to call the police and everything. I had to leave with the Prince. That's another story. From the Prince, from that house. I didn't leave with the other girls. I had to get my phone unlocked, of course, but like I had to like catch a taxi, not even an Uber, a taxi to another location. And then I ended up going to the airport and I ended up leaving because I just felt bamboozled. First, I'm getting lied to about how long I'm supposed to stay there. Then you keep talking about I'm supposed to meet this producer, but we're not talking about nothing with music, but you're talking about going to Cuba. We didn't even do what we were supposed to do in Miami, or did we do what we were supposed to do in Miami at this freak off? But because I'm not cooperating with what I see, and I feel like that's what the Illuminati and stuff is about, like a secret society. Like they want to see what you allow, what you cool with, and then next thing you know, boom, take that drink, you're drugged. Take that, you're out of it. Take that pill, because everybody was off something. But
That gives a whole new perspective of take that, take that. Um, I wish she would have said more about, or maybe she's going to. We still have a little bit more of the video, but I wish she would say a little bit more about how she actually got out of there, because it just seems like if you're not, you're not a part of what's going on, I'm sure she had to be looking like, oh my God, maybe she's good, has a good poker face, because I mean, she looks like she says she's been around celebrities. She kind of looks like she knows a little bit about how to handle herself. So maybe she was playing it off a little bit better than what she's saying it right here. But I just wonder how she actually got out of there, because if you've witnessed all this and you didn't partake in anything and they know you can just leave, the only kind of saving grace might be that once everybody, like everybody's had something to take them outside of themselves. So maybe the fact that everybody is a little bit off, not just completely sober, maybe that's how she was able to get herself out of there. Um, let's see. Zen Soul said, "Do we know how old she was?" No. Well, I can go back to the beginning, like when we finished this last. It's about another 10 or 12 minutes, so we could go back to the beginning. So she did a video with this guy Mark. She did a video with him another time that was a while back. She let this information out at that video, but it didn't go anywhere because there was really no heat on Diddy at that time. So I never saw it. I never heard anybody talking about it. But she says they're talking about the fact that she already said this in another interview. So basically he's re-interviewing her so she can tell this story again. So anyway, let's get back to the star of this show. And she is telling this story. Okay.
You have to be being in that environment like that.
How many people were at this event?
Like hundreds. Even when it was a certain amount outside, but in the house was really crowded. You know what I'm saying? And you would think that like it was more people in the house.
And you walked around?
Yeah, I walked around for about 5 minutes. I seen what I need to see. And I was like, no, ma'am. No, sir. Because it was like selling your soul at that house. And if you like that, it's nothing to you. But if you're not like that, you're going to feel uncomfortable. And then it's like, at first I used to think P. Diddy was like, so he like
Yes, thank you. Please hit the thumbs up and like the video. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Okay, here we go.
He always talk about team love and all of this stuff. Like he's all about, no, he all about sex, himself. And I know sex because I've dealt with men, Mark. So I know when somebody is trying to lead you on to stuff and sitting back acting like he just this macho man. And he is a charmer though. That's one thing. Like he will charm the fuck out of you. But for me, that's so game tight. I'm like, I know what this is. And I'm ready to get to the music. Like, if that's the case, you should have been like, don't tell me you about to change my life and da-da-da. And, oh, have you been writing? Oh, that's nothing too. He was like, have you been writing the songs that I seen been telling you to write? Because the Prince wanted me to write out all the songs I ever made in my life. I said, without the beat? He's like, yeah, just start writing songs. So you never know. They'll take my music, drug me, fuck me, do whatever, and just throw me away, basically. Or after you have something on me, when we do the music, you have that on me that this happened and now I'm blackmailed or some shit like that. So touching all on me at that party, even the rapper who touched all on me, like that rapper was cool. Like I was liking that rapper. But when they were like, hey, you and doing all that, what can I do? All I could do is just say like, move his hand like, oh, I'm fine. But, trying to like still be cool. But I'm like, why do everybody feel comfortable to just touch on you? Even P. Diddy, like, why I look up and you're right there, and then like in my face, like, are you like in my house? Like, like it's weird. Like looking at him is like when you're a kid and you're getting in trouble by your parent and you can't look them in their face, and it's like a demon. I'm telling you, like this dark spirit, like he possessing you as he's looking at you. That power, that control. So I'm like, I read The Art of Seduction, motherfucker. I know what you're doing, and you're trying to really seduce me right now. And oh, take a drink. Oh, no, do this, do that. Go in there. Like it's just not nothing. And I want to know why me go in the house and why not the girl. So now you're picking and choosing. So it's fishy to me. So when all this stuff started coming out, I was like, I knew I was right. I knew it. Like, it ain't no doubt about that. P. Diddy was doing all that. And like I said, I don't judge because I've been around people doing cocaine. But these hard drugs that they was doing and just, I ain't gonna lie, it was orgies and stuff going on. So all of this stuff going on, I'm like, why is people doing stuff all in the open? Like, that's just offending me and assaulting me, period. Because where am I at? I didn't sign up for this. And how can I really get out? So I had to like ease my way on out. You know, it's secure.
Wow. So Danielle said, is she a S worker? She doesn't sound like the typical S worker. If anything, she hasn't even said that she used to dance, or, you know, I didn't hear her say that she was a dancer. If anything, that's maybe what she was at some point or another. I didn't hear her say how she met this prince. Like, how do you meet a whole prince? Maybe it's just the type of clubs that she goes to. But yeah, she never said that she was a worker like that. She said that she met a prince and she was with this prince, and she wants to get into the music industry. I was saying at the beginning, like, it, because she was saying he had a mansion that they were in, and they had left to go to this mansion party of Diddy's, right? So I'm like, well, if you have a whole prince who obviously has a whole lot of money, then maybe you should just be doing your own thing rather than trying to connect up with all these people. It sounds like she kind of had what she needed as far as funding and stuff, and maybe she should have just left it at that. Let me see. And then I wonder what Lori Harvey experienced with him. You know what? I saw a really interesting video about what Lori Harvey was doing with Diddy. You know, you don't know if it's factual or anything, but it was someone's opinion or account. Like, I need to find that video, but it's something that had something to do with Steve, and basically her dating him for, this is a conspiracy theory. I know. Something about her dating Diddy for Steve because Steve owes Diddy something. I mean, this is all alleged in somebody else's video and somebody's opinion. But yeah. I don't know. I would kind of like to examine that what they said about that again. Let me see. I wonder if Steve had a talk with him about Lori off limits. Not if, according to this video I saw, not if he's the one that sent her to I don't know, date him to see if she would like him. It's kind of like the way that they put it, so that to pay some debt. I don't know. It's crazy. You know, it gets crazy out here with these conspiracy type theories. Okay, she doesn't have to say. She doesn't have to say it. Read between the lines. Man, video vixen could be. Blackmail Steve. It was, that's what you know what? I'm going to look back through my histories and see if I could find it, because it was very interesting. It was sort of as if the person knew what they were talking about, but I can't remember whose video it was. So I have to look back through my histories. Okay, Let's let her get the rest of her story out.
Security, but they not caring about what happens as long as that phone is closed. They damn near don't care if somebody died up in there. Ain't nobody can film it.
And there were famous people or not?
It was a whole bunch of famous people.
Yeah.
Like 4 famous people and then some Instagram models. Mm-hmm. And the whole time he just was like trying to undress me with his eyes. And I was thinking like, this is really no cap. Because at that time, I always been skinny. So at that time, the son who came up to me, I was like, boy, is it because I resemble your mom? Like, like Kim Porter, like stuff like that. Like, you just never know. Like, I feel like, P. Diddy does have a type. I feel like everybody that was in that house, it was a certain type of person. It was a certain type of something that he wanted and what he liked. And you could just tell, like, he get whatever he wants. That's why he has no problem touching on you, being all in your face, popping up on you, being obnoxious, and just hounding you until you do what he say. And that's just how the industry is already, especially him, because he got a lot of money,
Because you're a singer as well, right?
Yeah, so they probably like, do you want this opportunity or what? And I'm like, not that damn bad, but I do want it. I do. But if I already got a bad vibe and I'm seeing stuff that you're into, I already know how this is going to be. So I don't want to, ignore some red flags and then I'll be in trouble because of you. Like, literally in trouble. Like, we know his past, like Shine, the rapper, being in jail because of him. Like, don't think just because I'm from where I'm from, you could just do anything. And that's why I never really said nothing about it, because I just felt like, who am I? He got money. Like, ain't nobody going to believe me. But I have all the receipts. I have it all in my Snap to this day. It never went nowhere. That was just my experience just being in Miami for the first time. I didn't know that I was going to end up at P. Diddy's house.
Did you take photos outside the house?
When I got my phone back, yeah.
Videos or something?
Mm-hmm. I took videos when I was going to the house before I knew this was some weird shit. And then when I got my phone, I ended up, recording. And then I had the shoes on.
Oh, you had the shoes?
I left with the shoes on because I don't know where I put my shoes at when I put those on. And it was a lot going on. It was real loud. So, I don't know. It just tripped me out. And I was like, is he gay? And nothing against gays. I couldn't put my finger. I was like, what is this dude into? But his house, his freak off. No, not like that. I'm going to make everything into a joke. But this is a real serious situation because it'll traumatize you, because now I ain't trusting no producer. I look at everybody like, if I went to the top of the top and I've been looking at him like this top-notch mogul and like whatever. But child, it's a lot. But it's some stuff, that I did leave out because I don't want to say too much. But because I told you it was some celebrities in there. But for these girls that did get drugged and did.
Oh my goodness, I wish she wouldn't have left nothing out. Man. So let's see. Yeah, Texas Toy said, I have a 20-year-old and I would never approve of her dating a Diddy and we have no money. I heard that. You know what? I feel like, like us old school ladies, because I know I'm old school. I'm even old schooler than old school, I think, because I spent so much time listening to my grandmother and listening to like my aunts and my mother. I think my aunts and my grandmother talked more than my mother, but when my mother said something, it was very impactful. But yeah, they used to tell us, like, when I was young, I was literally scared. When I would be in a club or something and I would see a celebrity, my first inclination was not to run up to the celebrity and try to get their attention and try to try to get them talking to me and stuff like that, because I was scared. I was like, so what is this? Not in any type of low self-esteem kind of way. It's just like, well, what is he going to want to do with me? Is he going to want to like get my phone number, call and talk to me, date me? Or is he going to be thinking that we just, I'm me, I'm him and everything? so we just getting ready to leave here and go and do what we gonna do. And I was always like, no, because I always got taught like, you don't, these people will put things in your drink. That used to just be something that I thought everybody was telling their kids, when you go out, don't take drinks from people. Go to like where they're selling the drink, get your own drink. Don't leave your drink. Don't let nobody bring you no drink. Don't come back to a drink. Like, don't leave with nobody you don't know. And I just knew, like, okay, these people, they're not going to be trying to just get your phone number like a regular guy. They're going to be trying to leave with you right then. And that's not getting ready to happen. So I don't know. It just seems like people, I don't know, either need to start teaching that way again, or I don't know if people, are not listening, because this young lady, she hasn't said her age, but like, babe, what are you doing with the prince of whoever he's the prince of anyway, just, traveling about with him. And then, you almost got in a really bad situation by her posturing and everything. I don't think that she did end up, I don't think she's leaving anything out with regard to what happened with her. It doesn't seem like it. It seems like she's just really telling what she saw. But yeah, it's just like the preventative measure part, like whatever happened to preventative measures, like, so you don't ever wind up in this type of a situation thinking that some big name is going to do something for you when you're not going through an agent. You have no protection around you. You and them, like, you're outmatched. You're outmoneyed. You're outmatched. Like, you're like a little kitten, not even a kitten, a little puppy in the forest with lions. Like, it's nothing you can do. So let's go on. Let's see, Christian. Okay. She said, your mom, Kim. I missed that. Yeah, the Sunshine. This is a young lady that says that she happened upon going to a Diddy freak off because she was with a man that I think she was dating the man. It sounds like she was dating the man. He was a prince of something. He was rich, but she wanted to be a singer. He told her he can connect her, introduce her to, somebody that can change her life. They go to this party. She's thinking, oh, well, we should be going, having some type of a business meeting. And he's like, no, it's a party. So I don't know. Okay. J Kid says, I'm not the one to judge people off the bat, but if you're gonna dress like that for an interview, how the hell would you dress for a party? How do you expect men to treat you? This is one of those things that it's kind of like left out information. Like somebody left some information out. I don't, but you don't, like you said, it's hard to judge because you don't know how people were raised, if they even were raised. Some people are just growing up in system, in foster care, in group homes, with somebody that is not necessarily a teacher or somebody who wants to do the job of, training, or a mother that's, just like her. So you don't know. Let's see. Joe Birthday. Yeah, she looks real spiritual. Okay. Did she say something about being spiritual? I missed that too. Whoo. She's an opportunist. She was trying to, basically she's saying that she was trying to get introduced to a producer so she can be a singer. But, this is where you could tell like wisdom and foolishness, broke off from each other, and she went on with the foolishness, because that's not the proper road. If you're gonna get into an industry like that, you need to go in like whatever the proper way is, and I don't even know what it is, but whatever the proper way is, that's how you need to go, because you get tricked into these situations, and like somebody's gonna sneak you in the back door, and you get snuck in. All right. Let's see. Never walk away from your drink. That's right. And Diddy chooses people he thinks are desperate for something. Yeah, and that Prince brought her right on to Diddy. So he knew he like had one in the web. What was that movie, y'all? That man, everybody, golly, what was the name of that movie? I can't think of the name of it, but anyway, people were doing these things in the back of like a pawn shop or something. It like the storefront was a pawn shop, I think, but in the back of the pawn shop, they were doing all this, underground type stuff. And somebody walked in, and the other guy said, "Spider, we got one in the web." And it's an old movie. Gosh, it's gonna come to me in a minute because I know that movie. But anyway, that's what he thought. Like, oh yeah, I got a good one, and I'm gonna bring her right on to the party. Let's see. Sunshine says, at this point, everyone has a Diddy story. But she did tell this story on this same man's platform before everything started happening with Diddy. So this is like not a re-showing. She's just telling her story again. But this story has been told before this point on his platform. That's the golden rule of going out. Most parents warn them before going out to party. Yeah. What is your Cash App? Oh, thank you. I said what I said. It's Kelly's Wordy Reactions. The same as the channel name with the $sign in front. Okay, let's listen on to her.
Did take these drinks. I feel like it's because everybody was all having fun. You wouldn't think that somebody would do something like that to you until you get to seeing everything. And once you're intoxicated, it's too late. It's just too late. So that's why you got to watch what drinks you take. And they was just pushing them on us too much. Take a drink, take a drink, take a drink. And I'm like, no. Because I was already, sipping a little bit at Club Live. So I wanted to, like, mind you, I'm thinking, like, he going to ask me to sing in a minute. I don't want to be toe up,
Mm-hmm.
Until I put two and two together. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I did.
I'm glad you got out and survived.
Yep. I'm always surviving. This is no joke.
You're a survivor.
For real. And it's like, I'm still going through stuff. You don't survive being traumatized. And these things do traumatize you because it's like, dang, I can't never get around this. Like, it always end up to this, sex or some creep shit or somebody taking advantage of you or something or feeling all on you and you can't do nothing because.
Now, I do have to pause for the cause right there. And I got to go back to who said it? J Kid, like, put something else on. If all a man is seeing is your body, you're showing him body. He wants body. I mean, put something else on. Of course, it's going to always end up back to that. So this is obviously she's gone a little bit off the whole Diddy party thing. And by saying that everything always ends back up at sex, I mean, you have to put some clothes on. You're showing, men, women, God, the world, and everybody, your whole body. And, I mean, that's just kind of what men think of when they see women's bodies. So, I mean, that was a little bit of a weird statement, but okay. All right, Tanea. Put some clothes on, and then maybe everything won't end up leading back to sex.
You thought the streets were dangerous.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you. But yeah. So I just want to see, like, what's going to happen, because I know a lot of people he went to trial today. And I didn't even know.
Court, not trial. And thank you. I said what I said. I got your Cash App. Thank you.
It's going to be in the news for a while, I think.
It's going to be in the news, and a lot of stuff is going to come out. So don't be saying I'm lying, because I wasn't lying.
This is all alleged, but
right.
Sounds like it's pretty consistent with things that are in the news.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
And you did say this, like 2 years ago.
Exactly. And I told you I got sex trafficking vibes from it. Remember? I was like, he was trying to sell us. The Prince to Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Which one do you want? Which one? I want that one.
What does it feel like to be peddled off like that to somebody powerful? It's
scary. It's scary because what could happen, but it's like, come on, I'm honored to be
chosen.
Wow. Okay. So she says it was 2 years ago. So yeah. So Diddy was definitely with Carisha at that time, and probably, I don't know where the other lady that has the baby right now, the baby of his, I don't know where she ever fits in. You don't really see them together, but we know, because we looked up how long he's been with Carisha. It says he's been with her since 2021. This was 2 years ago, so that would have been 2022. So that puts, basically, she put Carisha at this party. She said everybody knows who his girlfriend is. She didn't say the name, but she's like, well, everybody knows who that is. So basically, she puts Carisha at this party where there's open relations going on all around. She's put Diddy and her Prince man together, having some sort of relation together in the open. And she's put some, as Nesto would say, little people in the mix as well, dressed up in some type of cosplay garb. Wow.
Period. But I don't want to end up in a ditch somewhere, just because he's choosing so many people and assaulting people. I don't want to be assaulted, and I don't want to be filled up. If you're going to fill me up, make sure you ask me, can I touch you? You're beautiful. You, not just you in my house so I can. And I'm like, this is weird. Like, tell me first, fool. Because I would have charged you. No, but, and I just make, it did hurt my feelings. So, whatever. I got over it. And I didn't do music no more after that, because I was like, I'm cool on music.
I had something I wanted to say about clothes. I read Texas Toys comment about, wearing your little clothes. Yeah, when you're younger, or sometimes even when you're older, Sonia, you wear things that are a little bit more revealing in one place or another. But this lady, she's on an interview. Like somebody said, like, who does an interview with this on? Well, you're on a whole interview with little strips over your chest, and then everything else is out. I remember I used to like to wear back, like, halter similar to this, but of course it was like a front to it. It might have been a little low cut or something, but it's a front to it, and you have your back out. And even when I was younger, I'm not sure where I got it from, but I didn't like to have everything out. So if I had on something that was a low cut back, I would wear like some long pants that maybe had like a high-waisted long pant and like flowing pants or something that was in style at whatever point, and I would have on like a halter top with it. Or if I wore a short skirt out somewhere, I would maybe wear a blazer. If it was cooler temperature or whatever, and I wore a short skirt with heels, then I wear a blazer on top. So I don't even know that anybody told me to do that. I just felt like if you're gonna, show a little skin, it should be like here and there and maybe not everywhere. But yeah, what are y'all saying? Put some clothes on. Honored. Yeah, she's about that life. Yeah, honored. I don't know where she got that from. Being in that environment, I'm getting scared for my life and thanking God that I got out of there with all of my parts intact. Let's see. I'm sorry, but being in certain fields makes you very accessible to the Diddy's of the world. Yeah. And I think yeah, I wish she would have said more about how she met this prince, but she does look like maybe she has a dancer background, but maybe not maybe you don't sell anything outside of that, or if you do, it's on a case by case basis because you want to or something like that. But she didn't give us a lot of information. Let's see. Carisha seems like she's a co-conspirator. And this brings me back to, or it brings up to mind the fact that they're saying that they may be coming with a, what are they calling it? A superseding indictment. So something that's going to be a lot higher than the indictment of what he already has. So if they have anything like what she's suggesting in parts of this video, then they got something on him. They really do. I said what I said. Says I wanted to dress like a hoochie mama when I was young. My mama wasn't having it. So when I got grown, I was embarrassed to try to dress in skimpy clothes. Yeah. I mean, it's just something like you want to do what you want to do. But it's not the wisest. And, hopefully, you do have those elders that are around you that tell you, what makes sense. If you want to go and come back intact, this is what makes sense. And you might get away with whatever it is you're doing for the longest time. But, I know women that have had to like escape situations and, so, and it could be not even anything that you're wearing. So let alone when you come out and you just have on little strips here and there. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Love you, y'all. Be safe. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and play the last of this. I'm supposed to be getting ready to go to a brunch, and I'm sitting up here, looking at this video and on this live stream. Okay, let me play the rest of it.
Bro,
that would scare you out of the industry.
Yeah, like I'm like this is all they want. Let me just make an album and sing and write. You a producer, ain't you? But no, you're a freak and a creep. Yeah. Ask permission.
Hey, Adrian, thank you.
No means no.
I'm
Well, it's nice to see you again.
You too.
You look more beautiful than ever.
Oh,
getting ready
you.
to. I was supposed to be getting ready to go to.
All right, Tanea. Thank you very much.
Brunch. Okay. Okay, let me cut this off. But I'm doing this live stream. All right. But thank you. Let me cut this off.
No, you said I seen it was only like 24 minutes away. So
yeah, it's back in Arlington.
Even though Soft White Underbelly consists of a lot of videos, it's really still a photography project to me.
Stop him. Okay. Everything is happening around me. So sorry about the voices. And people are like, what's going on? Well, you're supposed to be doing this. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank y'all so much for joining in. Thank you for, if you didn't like the video, please like it as you go out. Subscribe to the channel. Thank y'all so much for watching this video with me. It was really, it was really a lot. But I'm glad she got back out here and told her story again, and maybe she'll actually get an opportunity to go and maybe be a witness and help to, corroborate and get him, his proper sentencing for whatever it is that he's been doing out here. So let's see. Sunshine says Carisha is going to be singing like Mariah. She has 2 babies. Exposing the truth. Hey, exposing the truth. Tell her to find her 14-year-old daughter. Ooh, I didn't know that. If you're in the bushes, come out for a sec. Click the X at the top and tap like, then go back to the bushes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I said what I said. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead, y'all, and get ready to go to my brunch. But again, thank y'all for stopping by, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.